My name is Tori Shao. I am an illustrator, painter, and landscape architect.
I'm Stevie Shao. I'm a Seattle-based, Seattle born and raised illustrator and muralist.
I grew up here in Seattle. Starbucks has been here much longer than me, and they're celebrating their 50th anniversary.
We both are working with the Starbucks Global Art Program. They're on the lookout for new talent, highlighting emerging artists.
They asked me to celebrate the origin of China, specifically the Yunnan province, which is an amazing location geographically, but also where they grow, coffee and tea. This is a tea plant. It is in the Camellia genus. Having the privilege to learn a little bit more about a specific region is an amazing opportunity. I get to learn a little bit more about my heritage.
If there's a way that you can communicate to people culturally through imagery, I think that's really valuable. That is why humans started making art, to tell stories, to share information. I think my sister and I just have really similar mindsets.
Growing up in a really creative household has benefited both Stevie and I have really used that creativity to just process what's around me my entire life. It's really cliche, but I'm really drawn to, where I live.
In Seattle, people have a deep reverence for nature.
This is a very urban space right now, but it changes so quickly. You can drive half an hour outside of the city and be in a totally different environment.
I think drawing is a way of being really present. When you're out here witnessing a small moment in these natural systems that take ages and ages, you can kind of take a step back.
The resilience of nature is a really big theme in my work. I base a lot of work in folktales and stories. I think that it's important that it's striking. My work is pretty bold, a lot of colors and patterns, so when people see it, they really want to look at it. I love this display in the alley because it gets so much foot traffic. I love to come visit my work and see people interacting with it. And I think that's what's so special about having your work in a Starbucks. It's so accessible. There's no cover fee, you don't have to buy a ticket. It's just there, it's part of its surroundings.
The Starbucks Global Art Program has celebrated my ideas from the beginning, bringing to light the stories behind these very botanical elements. That's right up my alley.
They come to an artist because they like what you do. It was a huge honor when they reached out to me. I've been following their program for quite a few years.
I followed and admired so many people who have worked with the Starbucks Art Program. Growing up in Seattle, there's a lot of big companies, and I don't know of very many that are doing the work that Starbucks is doing, uplifting artists' voices from the community that they are a part of.
It's really important having artwork that represents the community. Being Chinese American, it's really valuable to me being able to hold on to stories based in a larger world.
I feel very connected to my family's history when I work out of this building. It is the old INS detention center. My parents were naturalized here. These patios are kind of the only outdoor space that the people who are detained here would have access to, and you can see they have left their mark on the walls surrounding this patio. You'll see people's names, countries of origin, or perhaps a political message. To be so connected to that, literally one generation away, the fact that we are able to reclaim this space as a creative space now is incredibly powerful. I've always had an appreciation for the environment around me, whether that's inside buildings or outside buildings. I am just a person moving through all these different spaces, and my goal with my art is to convey this living element and all of the meaning rooted in things that are a lot bigger than all of us.